Hey everybody, Sarah Moore here, popping in on this Wednesday to talk to you about a subject that kind of coincides with our booking bonanza for the month of April through mid-May. Now, remember your initial goal. Go back and think about your initial goal to earn this trip to Jamaica and think about how that felt. Now, also think about everything else that you have weighing on your life right now. All the other commitments that you have, maybe some bookings that fell through, and kind of just maybe your overall energy. I encourage you to get in check with that energy, but to revisit what it felt like to make that commitment to the goal of earning the trip to Jamaica. Also, think about the best party you've ever had with Wild Tree and what that felt like afterwards. Recapture those memories and that energy, and then revisit your goal to Jamaica and the challenge that we put out for you on booking 8 parties from now until mid-May. The only thing that's standing in between you and this goal is honestly yourself. You can do this, and I'm going to show you how you can use the 10 calls a day system today to fill your calendar so that you have no excuse not to meet that goal. And if you work full time and you're thinking there's just no way that I can fit in those 10 calls a day into my already busy work day, I'm going to show you and give you tips how, because I would say about 75% of the people that are a team leader or above with Wild Tree, or have been a team leader above with Wild Tree, have had another full-time commitment in their life. And more times than not, it's a full-time job, an 8 to 5 job. Okay, so let's talk about the 10 calls a day system for a minute. Now, many of you may be thinking, I don't really need to make 10 calls a day consistently. I'm having really good luck on Facebook and via text with getting bookings. And while that might be true, I can promise you that that won't last forever. Honestly, I can promise you it won't last forever. And also, another reason why I would say is you're eventually going to have to make phone calls and connect with people, especially when you do get the bookings, to keep the excitement alive for that booking and to help her hostess coach so that she is completely clear on how you're going to help her make her party the best one yet. But the 10 calls a day is basically like teaching your kids how to learn math facts, teaching them addition facts and subtraction facts. There's some skills and learning lessons that never go away. And as long as I have been with Wild Tree, and I think as long as I'm going to be with Wild Tree, that is the one system that just isn't going to fail us. It's what's going to be the common denominator from those that have a full calendar from those that don't. So, how do I use the system and how do I even get organized with my calls? I'm going to talk to you a minute about chunking people and categorizing people. So on my counter, you can kind of see it. I have different people in different groups. I have some surveys for customer service calls, and I have them in this group. I have surveys for booking calls, and then underneath that, I have hostess coaching written down. And then I have groups of people with surveys for opportunity. These are the lead conversations. And then I also have some packets of parties. These are order forms. These are order forms that I have posted down, and these are people from a party. I'm going to put them in customer service too to follow up on them, but they're maybe just extra people that I haven't sorted yet, and they're categorized by party. And some people put them in by party because they're going to check base like in a 2-week time frame after the workshop. I'm going to touch base with these people and see how they're liking their meals. So I keep them by parties. Okay. All right, so let's go back to the categories of people. All right, so customer service. These are the people that circled a 0 for everything on their survey. They had a great time at the party. They maybe put, no, I don't know if I would come to another workshop in the future, but they're still a customer of mine and I want to follow up with them. So these are my customer service calls. My bookings, these are people that are like 4 to 5 plus on a survey for booking. We maybe didn't get anything scheduled that night, but she was definitely warm to the fact of booking. Perhaps she's a cancellation from a different party. She falls into the booking category, okay? So she's a booking lead. And then the opportunity people are, I put people in here that had an awesome party, and maybe I brought it up to them before, maybe I didn't, but they're an opportunity lead. Maybe people in this category would be someone that we talked about the opportunity at one point, but the time was just not right. So I'm going to revisit that with her. And there are also people that are fresh on my list. Like we just talked about the opportunity. She had a great time at the workshop. Maybe she's booking her own, and I'm going to put that into the category of opportunity leads. Okay, so now I've got my people chunked out, okay? So now how do I transfer this over to the 10 calls a day? Now this is what I do. So I take my, and I got a brand new one here. Really excited about that. I take a notebook and then I transfer people onto my notebook for when I call them. And I have 10 every day. And what I do is Mondays, I make my customer service calls. On Tuesdays, I do my booking calls. On Wednesday, I do my booking/hostess coaching calls. On Thursday, I do opportunity calls, and I'm going to speak to that in a minute. And then on Friday are like my leftovers. Maybe it's a whole party of people that I want to check base with that I recently did. Like, okay, they had their workshop 2 weeks ago. By now, they should have tried at least 3 of the meals or something like that. Maybe some more customer service calls, or if I'm really in a shortage of bookings and I need to fill my calendar, guess what? I'm making more booking calls. Fridays could also be the time that I'm inviting people to something at my house. Maybe I'm hostess coaching myself for an upcoming party. The reason I chunk people and categorize them is because it builds fluency when you're practicing your words on the phone. So if I'm on the phone and I'm leaving a message for people, it's the same message 10 different times if I'm doing a customer service call. And it simply goes like, hey Monty, this is Sarah, your Wild Tree rep, just popping in on this Wednesday, seeing how you're doing with your Wild Tree product and the meals you made from Carrie's party. I'm going to follow up with you via email in case that works best, and I would love to hear from you. Take care. Have a great day. So boom, that's my message, and then she's looking for the email. If she is a customer service call and she's just zero, there's just no intention of her ever booking, she doesn't give me any ping pong back and forth with that she's interested, then I don't tell her that I'm going to follow up with her. I maybe just say, I'll just keep touching base from time to time to see if you need anything. Okay, so I leave those messages all the same for customer service. Bookings are the next day. Okay, so what do my booking calls look like? Hey, Nicole, it's Sarah calling. I am following up with you from Carrie's party last week. Hopefully you've tried a couple of your meals right now, and I would love to hear what you think. And I know I said we would reconnect about potentially booking your party. So I'm going to go ahead and email you just in case that works easier for you to communicate. And if I don't hear back from you by Friday, I'll try giving you a call again. So take care. Then I send her a prefab email, and it sounds like I just met her last week. She wanted to try some of the meals. Nothing was set in stone. So I'm going to give her 3 options. And those 3 options will be, we can pencil something in right now. Perhaps you tried some of the meals and you're loving what you've tried. We can pencil something in. I can touch base with you in a week or 2 and we can see if you've tried more of the meals, whatever your comfort level is. Or we don't have to pencil anything in right now, set in stone, and I'll just, when you're all done with all your meals, maybe I'll touch base with you then. Whatever, you're going to customize her options due to her, how the conversation went with her. Other people, I might be more aggressive. Like maybe all they wanted to do was try 2 meals and talk to their husband about it. And I'm just going to say, okay, these are my open dates that I have. Hopefully you've talked to your husband right now and are loving the meals. I'm just going to be a little bit more aggressive because there was maybe like one thing holding her up. You'll know what options to give somebody, and don't feel like you have to give them an easy out either. This is just the sheer follow-up that you promised them that you would do for them at that party. I have a feeling you may be committing 3 days right now to bookings, okay? Once you get your bookings, you're going to work on hostess coaching. And I know for my team, we just did a whole team call on how to do good hostess coaching, and that's a completely separate topic. Opportunity leads is next. I like to basically ask my people out on a date when I'm calling them about the opportunity. So I don't leave much of a message at all unless we were talking about it at some point. But basically what I do is like, hey, Amy, Sarah Moore here from Wild Tree, just popping in to see how you're doing. Hopefully you've tried some of those meals. Listen, I'm so happy we had an awesome conversation at Carrie's house. And I just wanted to touch base again. So I'm going to shoot you an email to find a time when we can connect. And I leave it like that because I'm basically like asking her out to prom, and I don't want to leave that in a message. I want to have a really good conversation with her over the phone about that. So I'm trying to find a scheduled time where we can meet face to face or we can talk over the phone. So that my goal with her is a little different. I feel like I just have to do a little bit more nurturing of the relationship in order to ask her to prom. And then if I'm having something at my house because I need bookings, which often the time I really challenge myself to like get at least 10 plus guests at my house, then I spend a whole day calling. Just like we tell our hostesses, they need to be calling and getting people excited. I have to hostess coach myself to do the same thing. And I make a list of people and I call at least 10 of them, and those are my calls for the day. Hey, Susie, I'm having a workshop at my house. I'm so excited. It's going to be May 15th. Brand new bundles. They're company sponsored freezer meal workshop bundles. Everything is going to come in the box, including the paperwork and some of your miscellaneous ingredients. They're beautiful. I can't wait for you to see them. I know you said I should touch base with you when I'm having another one at my house. So here I am, leaving you a message. I'll follow up with you via email, and I'll touch base with you again next week if I don't hear back from you, because I have to go ahead and order those bundles right away at the beginning of the month. Take care. Have a great weekend. Blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. So this is all about chunking people, okay? And then when you're doing your booking leads, make sure that when you follow up with the email, you always have your open dates. And Mo talks about this in her 10 calls a day system. So, homework for you. Get excited. Find your energy again. Find out what made you excited about committing to this trip to Jamaica. It had to be something. It had to be envisioning you and your hubby, your loved one, your sister, a guest, whoever it is, on that beach, your feet in the sand, and you're just feeling that sun. And knowing that maybe you wouldn't be able to financially swing a trip like this any other way. And you know that that's a gift you wanted to give yourself or someone that you love. Get excited about Wild Tree. What made you fall in love with Wild Tree from the beginning? What made you commit and partner with Wild Tree? Was it the freezer meal workshops? Was it the product? What was it that lured you in? And get re-excited about that. And then transfer that over into this beautiful system. So your homework, I have 3 things for you to focus on this week, starting Wednesday to Wednesday. Focus number 1, listen to the 10 calls a day system. If it's been a while since you've listened to it, listen to it again. It's a great system. It's going to break this down even further than I did in this video. Step number 2, commit to working this for 21 days. We are doing this, people. I myself, I'm going to be honest, I've been making calls, but they've been sporadic and I haven't been following a system. I did it today. 37 minutes it took me to make 10 calls and make 10 follow-up emails. We can do this together, and we're going to commit to this for 21 days in our Coconut Club. We're doing this. We need to rally. And the third thing is actually really fun. After you've listened to Mo's call, after you've chunked all your people and categorized them, and you started with your 10 calls a day in a system, doesn't have to be a brand new notebook, it can be a white piece of paper that you just keep stapling to. I want you to listen to this song called Work It by Drake featuring Rihanna and pump that in your office. I mean it. This is going to get you pumped up, this song. It's about working it, and we can work this together. So, long video. I hope that you have a great week, and who's ready to commit to this challenge? I know I am for one. 21 days. Let's get our calendar solid. Peace out, everybody.